Would help if I had the microphone on. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? It is chilly out today, 56 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's all good. How y'all doing? Let me just tell you, when I was getting on here, just to let you know, I went to put a notification to y'all just to kind of tune in and remind you my daily weekday live. And for some reason, you can't do that. Can someone tell me why you can't do that? Why that's frowned upon? Why that is? So, before we jump into today, I really want to kind of talk to you about a few things that I'm noticing in the world, and it's kind of alarming, kind of frustrating, and kind of disturbing all in once. So I want to I want to end this on a good note, but I kind of want to vent just a bit. As y'all know, I don't get out much, and yesterday I was able to get out. I was so excited because I didn't get out on Friday, but it's all right, no worries. I had a great weekend, and yo, they're celebrating up here in the mountains for Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. I saw Christmas trees in the stores decorated gold, silver, red ribbons, the whole kit and caboodle. But I was excited. It made me excited. So that's a good thing. But what I'm noticing is that, like, oh my goodness, everything that was a luxury or a benefit or something that was so simple to help individuals is now a fee for service, whether it's a fee for service for charge, the roosters are going off, a fee for service of charge, or just something at your expense. Let me give you an example. So, I was talking with my family members about anticipating traveling. Now, not traveling state to state, I'm talking traveling overseas to my global tribe. Plug, tomorrow I'm having a global network, virtual network. So if you check my page, find the link, register, it's free, get on that immediately. That rhymed. The other thing that I noticed when I'm talking about that things are expense to you, so I'm talking about travel, right? And I remember back in the day, early 2000s, maybe a little bit earlier, when I was traveling abroad, that granted we had a lot of bags to carry when we went on the plane, but you didn't get charged for it. You know what I mean? You may have it if it got charged if it was overweight, right? And now they're like charging for everything smaller, smaller, and smaller, and you're paying more, 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 more. Just me? Just want to know. And plug to just me. Check out tonight, Jonah and Squirrel, noon time, 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central. So why is this? You know, for the people, again, this is new to me, but to y'all probably known this for years. You know me, I live under a rock, completely unplugged. But if we are requiring more items, if we are making great strides, then why isn't the cost of living meeting up with the times? Now, I'm not going to get into politics. I'm not going to get into economics because you know me, math is a foreign language to me. I want to ask the question, and what are we doing for solutions? What are we doing to enhance the quality of life of others? And what are we doing as far as helping the future generations? Okay. I had an amazing conversation with a young lady yesterday. Oh my gosh, she was overseas. She's a teenager. Let's be honest, a newly teenager. And we had this conversation and we were just talking about the incredible impact and mission that we want to provide solutions. Now, to my fellow Americans out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you experienced and then I'll get into positive stuff, I promise. Have you experienced in the restaurant realm, the customer service realm, anywhere these days? Again, I'm not out a lot, so it's far and few between when I do, of the lack or limited of love. I did a video on my YouTube channel, Andrea Mason, from victim to victorious. Check it out. I have a lot of videos there, and subscribe. It's free. And one of the videos talks about customer service. What does that mean to you? And I'll plug it in on the comments down below. Customer service. Custom service. It's a service that is given to your customers, the people who invest in you, the purchasers, the people who, buy from you, invest in you, and service, being a service to others. Now, over the past year or two, I have adopted the phrase of, how may I serve you? How can we serve each other? But most importantly, how can we serve others? Because I believe in today's world, there has been some false limiting beliefs that anybody who is anybody in a business mindset, entrepreneurial lifestyle is just to get the money. In a percentage for some, that's their livelihood. That money puts food on the table. The money puts food into the business. The money puts into better products, increased value. But that's not the blanket across the plane. And what I would love to see is that customer service put back into place, whether it is the industry of food, products and services, connecting with people. Where is the love? And getting back to that conversation with that young woman, barely a teenager overseas, we had the similar concerns. We're in the industries of service to ensure that people get the solutions to their, I don't like saying problems, to their areas of improvement, to their areas of where they struggle, to their areas where they want to enhance their quality of life. But I just see conformity. I see isolation. I see the lack of care. And that bothers me. Because again, I grew up in a time where the neighborhood store, they would provide the best quality of goods and products, and also keep you in the know of what's coming down the pipe. And I'm not sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it. There are some factors of the way the world is, some factors that nobody is allowed to have their own opinion. There's factors where people have to go one which way or another and not be neutral, I guess. And so that is my concern on my experience yesterday outside of the home. I was out in a communal place. It was exciting, but I really noticed a lot of things. Number one, shock factor in August, although for Orlando, if you know, they're celebrating Halloween August 1st. That's just Disney. I'm a diehard Disney fan. But Christmas was celebrated. Now I'm wondering, and correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I'm wondering if it's because they want to get the Christmas spirit of holiday fun, the sense of the seasons, or just extend commercialized products and have them available at a lower rate. Who knows? The second, that everything that used to be a luxury or used to be a complimentary component, now everything is nickeled and dimed, per se. And then the third thing is the lack of love into customer service. Customer is the individual making the investment, and purchase service is the service provide, and customer is supposed to be a unique experience. I was reflecting with my family members yesterday, like when we used to travel, again, going back to reflection of when we used to travel abroad, and everybody was just so happy. Here you go. The mood was positive. The genuinity and authenticity of the individuals from seller to from vendor to customer was just amazing, and they respected your peace. Now it's just you buy or get away from me, whether it's a product or service. Just me, just wondering. All right, let's flip the script. I think a leaf just fell. All the crickets and the roosters have now awoken. The sun is coming up from the east, so I'm excited. So today is Tuesday. It is the second day of the week. How have you been? How did you mull over Monday? You know, for those athletes out there, those NFL supporters, how did your team go? How was your weekend with families? I know up here we're in the mountains, we're starting fall events of the change in the seasons. As you can see in the background, the leaves are changing, which happened a couple of weeks ago, which was kind of weird. But school has started, a new quarter has started. What y'all doing? I want you to take a moment today and look in the mirror. If you have the ability, look at a full-length mirror. If you have the ability, look at your phone and smile. Life is too short, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot going in the world, buzzing around. Like I said, I'll find some of it out tonight, but I know a lot. There's chaos and conformity out there, but smile. It changes the energy. It changes the vibration in the world. This is juice, so don't worry. Orange juice, you can see. And we have to be mindful. The only house that we can take care of in the immediate is our house of our own. Whether you're living with family members, friends, roommates, cellmates, you yourself and you, we have to have peace. We have to have balance. And in order to have balance, start your day off with a smile. I made a disciplinary decision to wake up and not crawl back into bed after everybody left the house. I made a disciplinary decision to get back in front of the community so they know what I'm about, who I am, whether they're watching ninja style or in the public eye, to smile. Things aren't as bad as they seem until you worship worry. Things aren't as bad as they seem until you put the energy where you put your focus. We get frustrated at times. We get taken for granted at times. We get misunderstood. We get frustrated with that person who does the same thing over when respectful and polite asks them not to do it. Children, spouse, coworkers, affiliates, the world. But we have to be mindful that we are the only pilot of our own vehicle. You know, it's not easy. And at times it's difficult. At times it's alone. But this is our most powerful muscle. If we can have the opportunity to understand our mindset, then we have the ability to make major shifts. it is important that you also have the courage and strength to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to seek guidance, to maybe reassess your life, reassess your process, and figure out what it is that you need to manage. One of the things that I've learned over the past, probably would say 2 months, if that, is that obviously we can't control everyone. Obviously, we can't have great expectations of others because we'll be disappointed every single time. I mean, look at ourselves. When we say we're going to do something and we procrastinate, we delay, we have the worry factor. I mean, you're asking somebody else to change. Have you changed yourself, you know? So start your day with a smile. Allow yourself to have gratitude attitude, which I do every day. Grateful for morning light, grateful for peaceful night, grateful for a second day of life, and then for my family, friends, loved ones, and still doing what I'm doing. The reason why I decided to jump on daily lives is because I want to give you the raw footage of what's on my mind. I want real topics, real conversations, nothing scripted, because you know me with scripts, it's just not happening. But it's just another person on your device saying, I'm here. I know what you're going through. You're making shifts. You take 2 steps forward and 20 steps back. You're making amends to be a better person for your companion, your company, your family member, your spouse, and it's not received well. You feel like you're doing all the work. I get it. You feel like you're grinding and you're not getting anywhere. As I mentioned, the analogy of running the treadmill of life as opposed to climbing the stairway of success. Just keep on going. You know, I believe it's Charlie Chaplin's song, Smile, and then I believe Michael Jackson also covered it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but smile makes a world of difference. You know, I see too many people when I'm out and about just either looking at their device, their head is literally tilted, which actually was kind of crazy. I saw something about a year ago, maybe months. Again, time means nothing of anything to me, and they said that the symbol icon for Facebook is the letter F, and it was crazy. Somewhere I saw, well, it's really a human being looking down at their device. So the line that's the F part is them holding something, and the arch to the F is their head down. And while we were out and yesterday, oh my goodness, not only was it in the street, but also in the communal place, people were not paying attention. They were on these devices. Now, you can say what you say. I welcome all critiques on the playback, whatever you want. I believe these little computer systems are running our lives. Now, you say, well, Andrea, you're an entrepreneur, you're a global voice, so everybody's going to look at you on the device. I get it, but there's a time and place, and there's also limitations and a disciplinarian aspect to it. I know in the schools up here, and I think some other schools, they're actually giving or requesting or mandating, I don't know, one of those three, collecting the students' devices, their electronic devices, predominantly their phone, and in the front of the school classroom, they have a like I call it like a shoe rack kind of thing, you know, the little plastic with the feet go in, the shoes go in. The students actually have to put their phone there, and then it says like 20 or however many students in the classroom, including the teacher, and put it there. Awesome. And I work with parents on disciplining and putting restrictions on the access to their laptops, cell phones, iPads, whatever. Not to dismiss the company, not to dismiss the product and services, products, but we need to be three-dimensionally connected. These younger generations need, getting back to customer service, need to know how to interact with one another. And some of the parents report back said the first week of school that the teachers and the parents saw a difference in the students because they were actually communicating with people. There was no distractions of the cell phone, no distractions of scrolling and apps, no distractions of laptops. It was actually a pleasant, old school kind of way to learn, to interact, and communicate. So having that said, I'm going a little bit over today, pardon me. Having that said, in order for you to enhance your quality of life, I want you to keep in mind three things. Number one, when you are talking with anyone in a commercialized setting, in a professional setting, in a personal setting, customer service. Be present, be intentional, and be attentive. Number two, make sure that you have the opportunity to be cognizant of your energy, your attention, and focus. And number three, solve solutions. When you're navigating through life, when you are problem solving, when you are critically thinking, do it with a smile. It will change the frequency and energy, not only of the environment around you, but the energy within. I don't know, there's hawks or something going on. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is where you'll find me, my daily weekday live streams. I attempted to make an announcement, but Facebook said you can't do that. So just be mindful and see what the intention is of all of the things in the world, limiting your abilities that were free or of your liking, and how being constricted and conformity is stepping into the world of diversity and inclusion. I don't play those games. I play multicultural, and everyone is unique. Be cognizant of your energy. Start your day with a smile. And then thirdly, make sure you're intentional when you are interacting with people. Customer service. It doesn't have to be solely in the vendor realm, in the merchandise, in the professional realm, all around. I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. My name is Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, alumna of Les Brown, and the CEO of Press Play, Plan Life According to You, LLC. Drop a DM on your thoughts and feedbacks. I have so much available products and services for you that are customary: an online course, a book, hiring for speaking, coaching engagements, as well as tomorrow, September 17th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a post in my feed. It says My Global Network. Make sure you register, secure your seat, and I will see you there. Again, one love. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Be safe. Be well. Thank you all for your support. Shout out. I just sub. Shout out to Maya Joshi. Thank you so much. Take care. Be well.